Good morning. My name is Paul Dalzell, and I am the worship coordinator of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Charleston. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome all of you, our members, our friends, and if this is your first time here, we welcome you and thank you for being here. You came here looking for something this morning. It might have been a connection with others, a community, a place to ground yourself, inspiration, or refuge from a world gone mad. Whatever brought you here, we are glad it did. If you are new to UUC, I'm sure you will find us an open, accepting congregation. We are guided by the 7 principles that you see around you and 6 shared values: justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity. As Unitarian Universalists, we draw from our heritages of freedom, reason, hope, and courage, building on the foundation of love, which is at the center of our values. We are the place, as a wise man once told me, if you don't feel you fit in anywhere else, you belong here. When we gather to worship in this place, we shape what is of worth to us: to gather in community, to sit together, to sing, to listen, to find respite from the outside world for an hour. That is of worth. Please know we welcome you, whoever you are.
We welcome you, wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. Whoever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you.
Please check your insert for goings-on here at UUC this coming week and in the near future. And we do have some announcements that are handed in. One, after the service today is the Sunday potluck. Also, Kaleidoscope Collective is hosting a craft night on March 27th at 7 p.m. We are crocheting hats and scarves and blankets to donate to SOAR. Please bring your own needle, crochet hook. We have tons of yarn. And to all you spring cleaners out there, the annual UUC rummage sale date is June 13th. That is listed in the announcements. It's 1 week after the Pride Festival. The Eastman Center will be available from June 1st as a storage place for your saleable cast-offs. Furniture, books, housewares, tools, crafts, and more, but not clothing, please. Drop them off again after June 1st, and Mike Prohan can assist with transporting items. Also, after the service today, during the potluck, the UCRE students, Drink Adults Roots and Shoots, will be collecting money for a fundraiser to support the SOAR Pet Food and Supplies. The pet supply portion of SOAR's mutual aid focuses on raising money and supplies to hand out much-needed food and other pet necessities during SOAR's 3rd Wednesday mutual aid meeting. I will say this one more time. The pet lady brings in hundreds of pounds of food before the mutual aid. Hundreds. She portions out dog and cat food. It takes hours and multiple people. Last month she ran out in 20 minutes. We could really use your help. And, upcoming still, we are excited to announce that the UUC basket auction is coming up on Saturday, March 28th from 7 to 9 p.m. Join us, please, for an evening of fun, community, and friendly bidding with both a silent and a live auction, along with food, entertainment, art, and unique baskets. Admission is $3 and includes a special basket raffle. A portion of the proceeds will benefit the Dream Shop. And you can preview the silent auctions now and start bidding online as early as March 20th. I believe there's a QR code, yes, in the announcement sheet to see that page. Now, for our chalice lighting this morning, we have, Like the First Hint of Green by Jennifer McLaughlin. Please read it in unison with me as Maria lights our chalice. As the first hint of green begins to peek through the barren ground, as that little sprig grows into a healthy stem, as that stem grows into a stalk and forms a bud, as that bud slowly opens with each new day to form a yellow daffodil, let us be, like that first hint of green, renewed by the warmth of the sun's rays, and ready to emerge with a new energy, ready to face the day. We light this chalice to bring a glimmer of that warmth into our space. Our first song for all is number 327, Joy, Thou Goddess. Please rise in voice, body, and spirit as you are willing and able. The lyrics are on your hymnals and will also be on the screens. We come to this sanctuary, whether in person or virtually, to connect with our community, sharing our joys, our celebrations, our sorrows, our concerns, our peace, and our needs helps our community become closer and stronger. And that is the community we all need right in these times. I have several joys in the book. Last night's symphony was movie themes. It was excellent fun. We have a joy for the beautiful weather today. Ellen Allen's powerful talk on affordable health care at discussion group. Thank you, Ellen. Joy for the lovely trees and spring flowers everywhere. also the inspiration for the message today. Let's all wish Nettie a happy birthday. Also a joy, the camping ban bill, which has been in front of the legislature, it's dead and the session is over. So yay. That one is dead. Some other awful things happened, but that one's gone. I wrote a joy myself that last week in the meditation, I spoke of hearing the spring peepers, but not seeing any other signs of spring yet. Boy, this week sure brought the flowers out, didn't it? The harvest berries are out in full force, and the red buds will be blooming soon. We're already seeing daffodils swaying in the March breezes. Sorrows, the war. Sorrow for the lack of health care, because famine is coming. And the human trafficking bill did pass. And someone is having husband's health problems. Please send good vibes. Also, Carol is still in the hospital as of Friday. She would welcome phone calls. For all these joys and sorrows, both spoken and those unspoken in your heart, may we remember that shared joy is multiplied and shared sadness is diminished. Now, please read with me, if you would, in unison, Our Covenant to Each Other by James V. Blake. Love is the spirit of our faith, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Our offering words today are this place, these people. The offering we take each Sunday is an opportunity to recommit to this place and to these people. It is as much a ritual as singing together, lighting our chalice, or reciting our unison affirmation. It is a reminder of that form of love we call generosity. It's how we show that we believe it is important to worship together, to help our community, and to say yes to the values of our faith. For the offertory today, we have Almond Trees Renewed in Bloom by the UUC Music Makers. March is that time of year when we are never quite sure what each day will bring. Half a moment. I'm going to start again. It's time for a meditation, so please center into yourself. There are instructions to come. The season when the snow can cover the ground, the mud can cover your shoes, and the rain can turn to ice without warning. During that tumultuous weather, magic begins to happen. It's the time of resurrection. And so today, I hope you will join me as we try to take the magic of spring and create some mindful intentions for our lives. I'm going to ask you to take a very deep breath with me. As you sit, plant your feet on the floor. And stretch your spine to the sky. Get comfortable. And let's take a deep, deliberate breath. As you begin to take your breath, feel your lungs begin to swell and lift your chest. Reach down to your core and find any pain, sorrow, anxiety, loneliness that you may feel. Sit with it for a moment. Feel it deeply. And then as you exhale, release all those emotions. Whatever it is that is held in your heart, imagine it is becoming a small bird. With your next exhale, release it and set it free. Will you take a journey with me? Close your eyes. Let's meet in a field of white snow. This is the kind of snow, there's a crunchy layer on top of it so that your feet do not make a deep impression. As you stand on that white, crunchy surface, I want you to take another deep breath. This time, inhale the cold winter air and the sharpness of it as you bring it deep into your lungs. Allow yourself to sit with the sensation for just a moment. And as you release and exhale, you begin to feel your breath become warm. You notice that the sun is shining on your face. Allow your mind to travel down to your body, to your feet, and finally to the ground. There are places where the snow is melted, where small mounds of mud and dead plants are next to spots of snow. The mosses begin to come to life. Canadian goose calls. Salamanders and frogs begin to move. The roots of the first flowering plants begin to stretch and reach deeper into the earth for nourishment. Maybe it's a skunk cabbage, a trillium, or a snowdrop. Tiny ants, beetles, and other insects begin to emerge. The earth is awakening. Even beneath the cold, still snow, life is bursting, preparing for the next season. As you slowly begin to leave that space, bring the sun's warmth, the budding trees, and the emerging life into your heart space and let it breathe there. Take one last deep breath, pulling all that energy into your heart space. And with an exhale, exclaim, "Spring has arrived." I mentioned earlier that spring has really sprung this week, hasn't it? Again, last week during the meditation, I mentioned that the sarvice berries weren't out yet. I saw my first one on Monday, and by Thursday, those little white flowering trees were in bloom all along the interstate. I've seen daffodils, flowering fruit trees, tulip trees in bloom, and those little dwarf irises popped up this week too. A friend who was here last Sunday asked me what sarvice berries were, and struck me as I explained about them that some of you may not know either. Growing up in central West Virginia, that's not West Virginia about as the carpetbagger of a governor calls it. Growing up in central West Virginia, I noticed them early on as the first flowering trees. Like the soon-to-come redbuds, they grow mostly in cleared land that is growing over, roadsides, pastures that are no longer used, those sorts of places. I learned that they were more formally called service berries because circuit preachers would typically start their rounds around this time of year, and they would conduct funeral services for those who had died during the winter months. But please save that name for when you're code switching. We're home now, so let's call them sarvice bearers, like our forebears did. I imagine this week or next we'll see redbuds blooming along the roadsides and such places too. They are my favorite flowering tree. You know it's spring when the redbuds are out. Soon, folks will start journeying to the Tall Mountains in the Monongahela Forest to dig for ramps. I hope to get a mess myself. Ramps and some sassafras tea will thin the thick winter blood we've built up. Ramps are great as long as everybody in your house eats them. If only one person does, the rest of the family may stay away from them for a while. When I lived up Porter's Creek in Beaumont, West Virginia, they held the best ramp feed in the area at H.E. White Grade School. You could smell the ramps as you passed the school and on the little kids on the bus for weeks. Another spring and summer tradition my grandpa told me about was going out singing when he was a boy. He was born in 1893, and by the turn of that century, digging ginseng was a good way for a boy to make some pocket money while staying out from underfoot of his mother. Nowadays, it's more regulated and worth much more than pocket money. It's also much scarcer. The women folk in old-time Appalachia would start spring cleaning as soon as the weather warmed up. They'd open all the doors and windows to let the bad air out and scrub down the walls and floors after giving them a good sweep, starting at the back of the house and finally sweeping all the dirt and negative energy out the front door. A relatively new spring tradition here in Charleston happened last week and weekend with Celtic Calling. It's a celebration of Celtic music and dance, food, drink, storytelling, and more music and dance. What about other places in the world? Many regions celebrate spring with their own traditions. Iran, since it is the focus of the world right now, celebrates their new year on the spring equinox, or Nowruz, literally New Day. This ancient festival includes cleaning homes, visiting relatives, and preparing a half-seen table with 7 symbolic items, starting with the Persian letter S. Nowruz emphasizes themes of renewal, love, and respect. People start preparing for Nowruz with a major spring cleaning of their homes and by buying new clothes to wear for the new year, as well as the purchase of flowers. The hyacinth and tulip are popular and conspicuous. They also visit family and friends. During the Nowruz holidays, people are expected to make short visits to the homes of family, friends, and neighbors. Typically, young people will visit their elders first, and the elders return their visit later. They're offered tea and pastries, cookies, fresh and dried fruits, and mixed nuts or other snacks. Many Iranians throw large Nowruz parties as a way of dealing with the long distances between groups of friends and family. In India, Holi, known as the Festival of Colors, is celebrated to welcome spring. Participants throw vibrant colored powders and water at each other, dance, and enjoy festive foods. The festival signifies the victory of good over evil and the arrival of spring's warmth and joy. During Haloka Nayan, the first night of the 2-day festival, a great bonfire is lit, symbolically burning away all of the bad from the year before. Each year, the tradition occurs on Purnima, the day of the full moon. Then, the following day, as Daluti, color erupts everywhere. The tradition of throwing colored powders and water on one another has been said to originate with the story of the Hindu god Krishna and the milkmaid Radha. Story goes that Krishna fell in love with Radha, but was embarrassed by his blue skin, as she was fair-skinned and beautiful. During a game, he covered her face with colored powders in a playful attempt to make the two of them more alike. This love story is remembered through the enduring, colorful traditions of Holi, and the blue powder itself is said to honor Krishna, the god of love, compassion, and protection. Red and green represent fertility and new beginnings, respectfully. In Thailand, they celebrate Songkran Festival. This annual festival takes place shortly after the spring equinox. Songkran stems from the Sanskrit word for astrological passage and is celebrated within Thailand as New Year's Day. Festivities involve going to a Buddhist monastery, visiting elders, and of course throwing water. The northern capital of Chiang Mai is the setting for the biggest celebrations, with festivities lasting up to 6 days. Locals and tourists alike take to the streets equipped with cannon-sized water guns, pressure hoses, and buckets, ready to drench anyone in their path. Children, adults, and the elderly take part in the tradition, dancing in the streets to loud music. In Gloucestershire, England, on Cooper's Hill, is the cheese rolling and wake. It's a long-standing tradition. The Gloucestershire cheese rolling is a race like no other, where participants throw themselves down Cooper's Hill after a wheel of double Gloucester cheese. The 180-meter hill is so steep, it's the steepest slope in Gloucestershire, in fact, that very few contestants manage to stay on their feet and end up tumbling down the hill in a desperate attempt to catch the coveted dairy prize. While the cheeses can never actually be caught, with a brief head start, it soon reach speeds up to 80 miles per hour, the cheese rolling winner is the first person to cross the line at the bottom of the hill. In Bosnia, Shemburihana, which translates to Festival of the Scrambled Eggs, celebrates the first day of spring in the Bosnian town of Sinica. At the crack of dawn, people gather by the banks of the Bosna River, where a communal meal of scrambled eggs is prepared. Together, people share their breakfast eggs with friends, family, and visitors, while drinking and listening to music to mark the first day of spring. Whereas in Bulgaria, Easter celebrations feature an egg tapping game, where individuals tap hard-boiled eggs against each other. One holds a hard-boiled egg and taps the egg of another participant with one's own egg, intending to break the others without breaking one's own. As with any other game, it has been a subject of cheating. Eggs with cement, alabaster, and even marble cores have been reported. Walpurgis Night is when Sweden greets spring with songs and bonfires. It's Valborg in Swedish. It's a kickoff for spring. On the last day of April, people sing songs of spring, and bonfires are lit across the country. The Walpurgis celebrations are not a family occasion, but rather a public event. Local groups take responsibility for organizing them to encourage community spirit in the village. The bonfires are usually lit at dusk, and people gather to experience that rosy red glow on the face from the heat of the fire and the freezing cold at the back. Once the fire dies, many people move on to pubs and restaurants or to fringe parties. Choral singing is a popular pastime in Sweden, and on Walpurgis night, virtually every choir in the country is busy. Songs to welcome spring, to the budding greenery, and to a bright future are in the repertoire for this evening. Next, we have Teotihuacan, the spring equinox in Mexico. Each year, thousands of people, traditionally dressed in white, gather at the enormous Teotihuacan pyramid, located about 30 miles northeast of Mexico City, to celebrate the spring equinox. Taking place on either the 20th or the 21st of March, many celebrants use the morning to climb the 360 steps to the top of the pyramid to get closer to portals of energy. By raising their arms toward the sky and basking in the sun's warmth, they soak up energy for the year. In addition to Celtic calling, spring in West Virginia has a host of festivals, including the Ramp and Rail Festival in Elkins in April, the West Virginia Strawberry Festival in Buchanan in May, and of course, the Vandalia Gathering, held on our state capitol grounds. Spring. Soon tillers will be churning up gardens, and folks here and all around the state will be getting their hands dirty and having sore backs at night. It's my favorite season of the year until fall comes around. That wonderful time when you bundle up in the morning and start shedding layers as the day gets warmer. When you notice the growing things, the blooming things. When you can't wait to get outside. The season that calls you to plant seeds and keep watch until the little sprouts poke through the ground. I love watching the hills turn that pastel shade of green that they will soon, as the greenery slowly covers up the bare bones of the rock cliffs with its mantle of life. In a few months, it will be hot and sticky, but now, and for the next couple of months, it is spring. Thank you. Our last song for all is number 163, For the Earth Ever Turning. Please once again rise in voice, body, or spirit as you are willing or able.
For the earth forever turning, for the sky for every sea, for our lives, for all we cherish, sing we a joyful song of peace. For the mountains, hills, and pastures in the silent majesty, for the stars, for all the heavens, sing we our joyful song of peace. For the sun, for rain and thunder, for the seasons' harmony, for our lives, for all creation, sing we our joyful praise to Thee. For the world we raise our voices, for the home that gives us birth. In our joy we sing, returning home to our blue green home. Good.
You may be seated. Our closing words today are Here and Beyond These Walls by Craig Rowland. As we extinguish this chalice flame, may the warmth of its light remain within us, guiding our steps and our hearts. Let us carry forward the strength of this community, the courage to speak truth, and the hope that transformation is possible. In each breath we take, may we remember that the work of love, justice, and healing is ours to continue, both here and beyond these walls. Go in peace with the light of this gathering to illuminate your way. Now, Jamie and the music makers have a postlude for us.
Okay, we went back to something that everybody loved and that we had changed, but this is what democracy looks like. And there's a group forming that is going to learn protest songs, and they may be meeting here. And we will go out and sing these protest songs when we protest all sorts of things. So, ready? 1, 2, 1.
We see that there's a wrong to be righted. 2, we know that we are stronger when united. 3, we exercise our right to assemble. 4, that's when the proud and mighty start to tremble. Just in case you're wondering, just in case you're wondering, just in case you're wondering. Hey, hey, look this way. This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, we see that there's a wrong to be righted. 2, we know that we are stronger when united. 3, we exercise our right to assemble. 4, that's when the proud and mighty start to tremble. Just in case you're wondering.
Just in case you're wondering.
Just in case you're wondering. Hey, hey, look this way. This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Let's sing our recessional together as I extinguish the chalice. This will end our time of worship together. Thank you for sharing this time.